Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Talladega 500 with your host here, Fighter. We will bring you the final half of today's race, or at least attempt to get the final half into this segment. Currently, if you wasn't here with us last time, this is the complete rundown of the top 10. I am currently in the lead, leading 23 laps. Jamie McMurray is second, leading 30 laps. Who is also the lap leader. Matt Kenseth is third, who led 2 laps. Bill Elliott fourth, leading nothing. Kyle Petty as well, fifth, leading nothing. Steve Park sixth, leading 5 laps. Sterling Marlin in seventh, leading 4 laps. Dale Jarrett eighth, leading 3 laps. Kenny Wallace in ninth, leading nothing. And Greg Biffle rounding out your top 10, leading nothing as well. So basically, we are going to be, like I said, trying to complete the final half of today's race. We should have probably about 1 or 2 more pit stops to go. And to get right back into it, let's get this race back underway. Slow down here a little bit. We're starting to get ahead of the pack. Alright, Ricky Rudd's going to get run on our inside here. Drop back a little bit here. It looks like everybody's got a pretty good run on me right now, so oh man, don't need to do that. Just need to have a little bit of patience. I was thinking about making that 4 wide, but I decided not to, and that's why, right there. Because it looked like the 99 and the 6 was getting pretty close to each other, and I didn't want to pressure the issue there. Whoa, buddy. Whoa! Holy cow. Yeah, we're going to need to pit after that. That did some pretty good damage there to my nose. I don't know what the heck happened there. It just looked like all of a sudden Jeff Purvis wanted to go where I was at, and that just ended up spinning him and flipping him clear over my car. Holy cow. Yeah, yellow flag is out on lap 99. So we will do 3 laps of pace laps and maybe get back underway if it don't take that long to get everything cleaned up. That's just, wow. Yeah, you can see the tire marks right here in the entry of turn 2, where we collided, and down there that little piece of debris that the pace car just ran over. That's, wow. That's one of the worst wrecks I've seen in a long time coming from this season. I mean, I know one time I did a pretty nasty wreck in Michigan that was at least 12 plus barrel rolls and made the car catch on fire. I know I probably would have been dead if that was an actual real life wreck, but thank goodness it wasn't, because oh my goodness, I'll probably eventually one day, if I ever find that video again, probably end up setting it to YouTube so you guys can see it. But I mean, it was pretty nasty looking. And while we're on subjects too of past races, one year, well, not 1 year, one time in the 2000 NASCAR Thunder 2004 game for a 2003 season, we was running the Coca-Cola 600. I had the lead, and me, Mark Martin, was battling for it with 3 laps to go after a green-white checker restart. And coming to the line, he ended up beating me by 0.001 of a second. I mean, I don't know how that happened, but man, 0.001, if I'm not mistaken, is like an inch. So, I mean, just beating me by an inch, that's pretty crazy deficit there. So, but we're going to take tires, fuel, and damage control on this stop. We're going to replace all 4, so that way we don't get offset on the balance on the wear of the tires. So yeah, so we'll get back here on track. Still have the lead because everybody's far enough back that nothing could really do anything to harm my lead right now, because we're under caution unless these cars that's passing me happens to have second place, but they'll have to eventually pit anyways too, so and right there's the car we wrecked. Holy crap, wow, look at the damage. Man, that is some bad damage on that car. We'll need to watch after him when we get back to racing. Holy crap. There is no front end on that car. What the heck am I doing? Yeah, this race is going to be glitched out for sure on pace laps, because we just passed the pace car. That's something I hate about this race. Currently, we got 88 to go, though. So, I mean, this race and this season, it's just kind of crazy how that stuff stacks up. But, I mean, that's what happens, I guess. Stuff like that happens all the time, so we'll try to make the best of it. We got all our damage repaired, which this is the last season. We'll see that in these games too next season for the NASCAR Thunder 2003 for the 2002 Winston Cup season. Cars will not have all their damage completely fixed and repairable. So, yeah, we'll have to be a little bit more careful on the racing. So, which, like I said, this is set on the hardest difficulty too. So, I mean, even with damage being set like it is, it still won't be that hard either for me on these, because I'm just so used to racing them. I've been racing these NASCAR games since 2006. I have a lot of them. I mean, I got, just to list them all, I got NASCAR Racing, NASCAR 98, NASCAR 99, NASCAR 2000, NASCAR 2001, NASCAR Thunder 2002, which is the game we're playing now, NASCAR Thunder 2003, NASCAR Thunder 2004, NASCAR 2005, Chase for the Cup, NASCAR 2006, Total Team Control, NASCAR 2007, NASCAR 2008, NASCAR 2009, and those two starts the 360 version. And then NASCAR The Game 2011. We also have the DLC for the 2011 season. On top of the 2010 games, we're going to let the cars kind of catch up here a little bit. And then we also have NASCAR The Game Inside Line. I kind of wish they still had the 2013 DLC so we can get that and be able to do the 2013 season, but we don't have that anymore since DMI took over the NASCAR games. But then we got NASCAR 14, NASCAR 15, and NASCAR Heat Evolution. So we are back under green. Of course, that was a little apparent. I do not know who is second place right now, so that is Sterling Marlin, and he is 2 seconds back. So, but he will probably catch up for how far spread out all these cars are. There is no real pack yet, so, and my oh my, it looks like there's a pretty big one starting to form back there. It will probably eventually catch up to us up here. So I want to keep these lap cars between us, so in that way there's a cushion between me and second place. It will be harder for them to pass as long as we have some lap cars behind us. Now, of course, I know second place will probably eventually get past them, but that will give us just a little bit of breathing room. Okay, now second place is caught up to 0.794 of a second. So they are catching with pace. Now see, here's another thing too. You don't want to get too far ahead of the pack, because there'll be a lot of times people in racing, they will, in these restrictor plate races, they will drop back just enough to catch up with somebody, or have somebody catch up with them, and then, oh, big wreck, oh my goodness, I'm surprised caution didn't come, and there it is, and there's the big one, guys, at lap 105, man, right there, exiting the tri-oval to the start-finish line. Man, I just seen that in the mirror, and I know the number 9 car was involved with that. I seen that one for sure. We was just exiting the tri-oval there, coming for a start-finish line, and everybody was wrecking behind us. I mean, it was nuts. We don't have no damage, and we just got tires, so I'm going to stay out. I'm going to elect to stay out on this set of pace laps. So, man, I knew it was coming because that pack behind us was just getting so much movement and was getting tighter and tighter and was getting spread out. I just knew something was going to happen. I mean, something had to give. And nobody was willing to give, and, well, that's what happens. Probably a lot of people pitting. I would figure. Let's see if we can see all the tire marks here. See just how bad this was. Yeah, right here's the tire marks and the debris. Man, everybody wrecked. Oh my goodness, right through there. Man. If we was involved with that, we probably would have wrecked out, and there would have been the end of our race right there. You know, that's why they usually say if you are in the middle of the pack, you either want to be able to get to the lead or get to the back, because right in the middle, that's usually where everything ends up happening. And man, that was, I wouldn't even venture to say 5 car lengths behind us that took place in, so we got lucky. And you know, so far luck's been on our side through this race, and I'm not going to count my chickens too early, but you know, it's so far it looks like Lady Luck might just give us just enough luck to win our 5th race of the season. And we're only on, let's see here, our 9th race, so winning 5 out of 9, that's over half the races of the season we're winning. We got over a 50% winning percentage. That's pretty good. Be going to green next lap, so from the looks of things on the map, as I said, there will probably be some takers for pit stops, and that will, I won't say that will danger us too much, because it looks like the bulk of everybody stayed out. So I won't be too worried about it. Plus, those that did pit, there's a good chance that they're already a lap down. So I won't worry too much. Not yet, at least. Next weekend, we'll be out in Fontana, California for the 200 lap race for 400 miles as we're coming out of turn 4 to once again today, after the third caution of the day, we'll be going to green. Pace car is pulling off onto pit road and we're about to get underway. Coming to 80 laps to go as we're crossing the line. And we're back underway. Sterling Marlin was trying to get a run on Kurt Busch, who is also a lap down. Once again, them lap cars is your best friends where you could get them between you and second place. So we'll see how long they're able to hold off the lead lap drivers. Sterling Marlin's going to drop back probably to pick up some help. So he's not going to be out of it just yet. Yeah, and here he comes. He's getting a run too. I can see him in the mirror. Coming to the inside of us. We're going to have to go down there and unfortunately leave Kurt Busch out hanging because he just got to run. So lead lap cars is all put together. So we're going to need to watch ourselves here. Now remember, these are restrictor plate races. Cautions breed cautions, because further down into the race people's going to be given a lot less. They'll be taking more, but giving less. So patients are wearing thin because the time is running low. Just like, for example, I'm not going to give up my lead too easily right now because, I mean, though I've already won 4 races so far this season, points are points. I'm going to get as much as I can. Sterling Marlin's to the outside, trying to go for my lead. He might succeed because it looks like Kurt Busch is helping him out. I think Jamie McMurray's right behind me. He's going to give me just enough to get by him. Just try to side draft a little bit. See if I can do it. I'm slowing him down. Not enough though. Here comes Jimmy Spencer up the center here. He's going to come up, try a challenge. I think he's on the lead lap. We'll see coming to the line here once the race ticker comes up. Nope, Jimmy Spencer isn't on the lead lap. He wants it back though. He wants that lead lap position back. There is no free pass on here, and looks like Sterling Marlin's going to get good enough of a run here from Jamie to get by me here. Man, what a run they got indeed. But as I was saying, rules in the older seasons, there was no free pass or lucky dog, so you had to get on the lead lap the old-fashioned way, which a lot of times was more difficult than not, so Warren, you are not going to get by me for this position. I'm going for the lead again. Alright, we might get to him right before he gets to the center line, and yes, we're in his inside. He cannot get in front of us. Well, looks like he's going to get a little bit of a push to get up front. Oh no, you're not taking my draft, Sterling. You're going to stay up there, buddy. Alright, let's slingshot here. It's not enough. I tell you, that car, Jamie McMurray, he's got a pretty good car for a rookie. I think we got the better car though this time. Yeah, we got the lead. We cleared for the lead. having a pretty strong car so far today. Let's hope we can bring her home. Yeah, I just got too tight to get down low there like everybody else. We'll get freight train here. Works out. I could probably dive here and take on Sterling Marlin. We'll try it. We'll squeeze the middle, and that was shut, so we do not got the space to do that. I ain't gonna try it either. Whoa, buddy. Hang on here. Hang on here. That was close. Just the slightest mistake. It'll set you guys spinning right here in these restrictor plate tracks. I'll tell you that right here now. We'll let Jarrett get by me here. Maybe. Might want to stay behind me. I'd rather push than be the one that's pushed. So let's let him slide by. That way we can get up to that lead pack. Just kind of ease the brake a little bit here. There we go. Alright, Jarrett, let's get to the front. I'll push you to the lead. As long as you stick with me. Game pretty quick. Man, we got 3 packs of tandem racing right now. Jimmy Spencer and Kurt Busch and Bobby Labonte, Sterling Marlin, and Dale Jarrett and me. Cool, buddy. What the heck are you doing, Jarrett? Side drafting, probably. Alright. Jarrett's got the lead. I said I was going to push him to the lead here. We'll let him lead a lap, and then we're going to get by him. Be 70 laps this time by. Has 70 laps to go, that is. We can expect at least one more pit stop before this one's over with. Back in 2001, you can make passes below that apron. I don't suggest it in the video game, though, because that apron on these games, on any track, slows you down and will spin you out. It seems like it's just really loose and just slows you down, so it's not really worth it. Kind of drag the brake a little bit here. Let that pack catch back up. Whoa, getting a little loose there. Too much brake. Jared's trying to get a run on me. I'll block him though. Right now, Jared, out of them 4 cars behind us, is the only one we need to worry about. Oh boy, give us a second here. Alright, I had to change out my charger cable here because it was dying. But we're back underway. Looks like pit stops are starting to begin too again. That's kind of weird, being that there was a lot of people that just pitted and I didn't even hit halfway on fuel yet, so... Might have been just a rare fluke too that Kurt Busch went to the pits. He probably had something wrong with his car. There's a good chance of that happening. Gotta keep them at bay here. Wherever it looks like one's moving, that's where I'm going to want to go to. Whichever line looks like they're approaching quicker. There's going to be a lot of line dancing. I'll be changing lines. I'll be high one moment and low the next. And we're going to swing a little wide there, so they're probably going to freight train me here. This lap car might slow everybody down though. I want to get down here. Right through the sucker hole. Side draft a little bit here. We'll go up the middle. Boy, oh boy. Hang on, ladies. I'm going to make it work. I do not... If there's one spot I'd not be besides the outside, that will be up the middle. Because then you have no control at all what anybody's doing through there. You're stuck between two places that you have no idea what's going to happen. At least with the wall, you have an idea what they could do. Or at least with the wall, you know what it's going to do. It's not going to move. It's an inanimate object. It's going to just stay there. And yet, you can still hit it. Well, we fell to second here. Maybe if we don't fall out of the draft too much, maybe we can catch back up here. Which looks like we will do just fine. Go wherever Jarrett don't go. That's what we'll do. Just like that. Let's do slingshot here. Like we got one more lap car to deal with, and then we'll be clean and clear for a little while. I'll get you guys some pictures of some really nice big wrecks too in the comment section of this video as well, so that way you guys can see in the newer games just what we're talking about, pack racing and big ones, because I got a pretty good big one from the NASCAR game from the inside line with the 2012 season. At the same track we're in, coming out of turn 4, actually, we got several good shots of a really big one. Oh, hang on here, hang on here, hang on here. You ain't gonna get by me that easily. Well, you'll get by me, but you slow down just enough where I ain't gonna lose you. We just got 58 laps to go. And just 8 more laps will be 50 to go. And if we can make it to around the 50 to go mark, I feel kind of comfortable with maybe one more pit stop. But we got to get there first before we can say how good we are on fuel. I think I'm going to try stretching this one out as much as possible. So we'll probably stay behind Jarrett for a little bit, save some fuel, run the car a little less harder. And save a little bit of fuel, so in that way we might make it on one more stop. I know one year that worked out really well at one of the restrictor plate races. We were running the then what was known the Budweiser Shootout in Daytona, which is the first race of the season. It's a non-points race. It's an exhibition type race. And I mean, everybody was pretty well pitting early the entire race. I don't know what for, but I ended up just splitting it dead center. I mean, it's a 75 lap race. I split it about lap 38. Yeah, I think I split it at about lap 38. And we went on and actually won that one by 1 lap on a restrictor plate track. We had a margin of 1 lap. So that one, I will say, was probably one of the most boring restrictor plate races we've ran before, because of the fact that there was no action. There was no cautions either, so that didn't really help the situation any on distance between me and second place either. So, but hey, I mean, I can go and say that I won a restrictor plate race with a 1 lap margin of victory. That's something not everybody can say. So we might end up pitting with Dale Jarrett, even if he doesn't go the distance we want to go. Again, that's something that we'll have to wait and see what happens once we come to that bridge before we cross it. Right now, though, sitting where we're at, I'm wanting to see how far we can go on fuel and possibly do a push to one more pit stop besides this one we're getting ready to come up on. But yeah, we'll see where we go with that. Alright, just gotta try to stay behind him as long as possible. I know he'll probably end up pitting earlier than what I'd like, but again, we'll see what this one leads out. We still got probably, I'd say a good 10 laps of fuel, which we're getting ready to approach 50 to go. We were only 3 laps away from that. So if we can, I want to get us as far as we can before we need to pit, even if everybody else pits. I've probably already secured the most laps led, so I'm not going to worry too much on people leading, as much as I will worry about strategy to win the race so we can get max points. Plus, like I said, Jarrett's not really that far in the point standings. Looks like Jeff Purvis actually got his car kind of repaired. He's still slower than all get out, which is to be expected after rolling over on your roof. But anyways, we will ride this one out, see where we're getting to. Knew Jeremy Mayfield was going to slip down in front of us. Looks like he decided to move back away from us, which was a smart, courteous move from him. So 50 laps to go. I repeat, there are 50 to go. So with 50 to go, let's get a quick rundown of the top 10 real quick. Currently, Dale Jarrett is in the lead, leading 15 laps so far today. I am in second place, leading 52 laps, which I am the lap leader now. Kenny Wallace third, leading no laps. Jamie McMurray in fourth, leading 31 laps. Sterling Martin fifth, leading 6 laps. Jeff Gordon sixth, leading 10 laps. Ward Burton seventh, leading nothing. Bill Elliott in eighth, leading nothing. Ricky Rudd in ninth, leading nothing. And rounding out the top 10 is Tony Stewart, leading nothing as well. So currently, all but one in the top 5 has led at least 1 lap. So right now, the deficit runs from me and Dale Jarrett to be within a second of each other, and then all the way back to third. And notice I said all the way back to third because third place is at least 19 laps behind. So they got